let's move on to exercise A06, which is going to be our first opportunity to use actually nested conditional statement. So we are still continuing working on our program. And this exercise starts by actually summarizing what we have so far. We have a problem. We have a problem because our program in exercise A05 tried to be more robust by including an error message. However, the error message is triggered in the most inopportune situation. So let's have a look at what we have so far in the program. Of course, the Raptor file is still there. Okay, we have those 1, 2, 3, 4 conditional statement, and we just modify the else statement of the last conditional statement. So let's go back to the web page describing the exercise. This could be noted as follows. This could be noted using pseudocode. We have a first if statement. If condition 1 is true, then display A plus B. If choice is 1, display A plus B. Then we try to test choice again for value 2. We test choice for value 3, and finally we test choice for value 4. The problem is that the else here is triggered in two circumstances. One circumstance is if choice is different than 4 and is something invalid, like 5 minus 1 minus 3, etc. The second case is if choice is different than 4 but was previously equal to 1, 2, or 3. The problem stems from the structure of our code. We have those individual tests. By the time you reach here, you don't know if you are testing if choice equals 4 because none of the above worked, or whether one of the above tests already triggered some work to be done. When you are in such a scenario, this is when you need nested conditional. Let's have a look at the pseudocode that is presented in the second part of this exercise description. Here's what is proposed as a solution. If choice is 1, then I do my work. And I skip the else part, which means I skip all of this up to here, and I get out of my first if statement. If choice is not 1, then I am interested in this part here of the code, this one. And I'm going to execute this only if choice is not 1, which means we are talking about exclusive choices here. If my variable is not 1, then I test to see if it contains the value 2. This is what the second conditional does. If it does, I am done. I display A minus B on the screen, and I skip to the end of this statement. After that, I'm done with the else of the embedding statement, and I'm done with everything in this code fragment. So this same logic will be repeated over and over. If choice is not 2, then I test if choice is 3 and do some work and then exit the if statement. If not, then I test if choice is 4 and do my work. If it's not 4 either, I have been testing and eliminating all positions. So when I reach this else here, contrary to my previous code, I am really in a situation where I know for sure that choice is not 1, is not 2, is not 3, and is not 4. Then I can display an error message inviting the user to type a number between 1 and 4 only. So the purpose of exercise 6 is simply to actually implement this pseudocode here using Raptor. So I'm going to minimize this window. We're going to get back to our code and we're going to modify it appropriately. Here's the logic of our code. Cascading or nested if statement, conditional statement. If my variable is equal to 1, I do some work and I should be done with my program. So I'm going to take here, click on the conditional testing choice equal to, move it to the false branch of my first conditional statement. Scroll down back to my code. Here's what happened. Now I have a structure that says if choice equal 1, do something. Else, test. If choice equal 2, do something. Else what? Well, the next part is going to be moving this if statement right here by drag and drop. Scroll down again. You see that my structure is changing here and it's getting more width actually. The last part, take this last if statement, move it here. I can scroll down and I have now the definite structure. You can see that if choice equals 1, I do my job and then my program ends. Only if it is not 1, I test if it is 2. Same type of pattern here. If it is 2, I do my work and I end. If it is 3, if it is not 2 but it is 3, I do my work and I end. If it is not 3 and it is 4, I do my work here and I end the program. And only if it is not 1, 2, 3, or 4, then I finish here with please pick a choice between 1 and 4 only. So this is pretty much what is described in this program. Okay, this illustrates to you the difference between, not really the difference, of course there is a difference, but it illustrates to you even more strongly the need for sometime using nested if statement, cascading if statement in some specific cases. And you cannot really do without nesting the if statement, except, and this is what we're going to see in an exercise later on, except if you decide, of course, to use more complicated Boolean expressions.